all guns.
Nice.
I heard children like me talking about guns on the radio. I don't want my mom or dad to die either. But I learned in school that the First Amendment gives us our basic freedoms, like freedom of speech, freedom of petition. And the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, so the government won't take those rights away. My civics teacher taught us that the reason our founding fathers gave us the right to bear arms is to protect ourselves from the government of man, because when man is given absolute power, he becomes absolutely corrupt. If President Obama wants to take our guns, is he taking away our means to protect our right to freedom? Isn't that why the First Amendment gave us our freedom? The Second Amendment gave us our way to protect it. I don't know. I'm only 14 years old. And that's what I thought I learned in school. Did Mr. Obama learn something different in school than that? Just so you know, I don't even own a gun. But when I'm old enough, I want the right to buy a gun so I can protect the people I love. I hope I never need one. But I always say, plan for the worst and hope for the best. Unfortunately, that's sort of why the government is taking away our guns. They're planning for the worst Americans and not thinking of the best. I want to live in America built for the best people on earth, not the worst. Don't you? Wouldn't that be more fun? Wouldn't that be more free? After all, this is New Hampshire. Live free or die. No.
Hi everyone, how are you doing out there? I'm Cindy and I'm from Claremont, New Hampshire, and I come from the Tea Party. The Tea Party says stand strong and fight for your rights to defend your country. Uphold the Constitution. Keep the Second Amendment in your heart. Fight for your rights. But most of all, if we lose our freedom for our guns, we will lose our right to freedom of speech. We won't be able to have these rallies. So you must stand strong, and remember, people kill, guns do not kill. Let's protect our Second Amendment rights. Thank you.
My name is Anthony Dino. I'm from Amherst, New Hampshire. When everyone goes home today, I'd like you to write just 2 emails, okay? Just take a few minutes.
Speak up!
I'd like everyone to write 2 emails, one to your federal representatives and one to your state representatives. You know, put all their addresses in. And I'd like you just to take that amount of time, 10 minutes? Because it's going to make all the difference in the world if all of us flood them with emails. We can demonstrate all we want, but we gotta flood them. Please do so. You don't have to write me, you already know where I stand. How we doing?
Yeah!
My name is Stephen Rutsky. Some of you that are bikers, you know me. You know me very well. You know absolutely where I stand. All of us are shocked and horrified at the murder of our children. It's a despicable act. I came up with something and I think many of us can understand. We can recognize. We will look inside ourselves, look inside our country. You'll understand why I wrote this. It's a speech against tyranny. Getting our country back in the hands of patriotic citizens starts by preventing the removal of liberty's teeth. A word to the people. I'm sorry. These words were not penned to instill falsehoods or lies, but instead to reveal the truths, facts. Most important of all, the pen to reaffirm to the people of this great country that they are great people with an even greater responsibility. Much as our founding fathers were great men with great responsibilities. I wrote this one quote years ago, waiting for the right moment. Never
allow the radical views of the few to infringe on the constitutional rights of the many. We will never surrender our rights, our freedoms, our liberties, or our weapons. For it is not within the government's right to know what we own, nor do we think it prudent to tell them such, so that it may be taken from us by a tyrannical government who evoked armed protection under the guise of security, yet decree us having the same. I do apologize, my first time. Yep.
He's doing great.
This country was constructed by some of the most brilliant minds in recent history as a free and democratic republic. It shall remain the same. We are not socialists. We are not communists. We sure as hell are not fascists. Our government has lost sight of the fact and has seen fit to once again overstep the boundaries and into a domain not theirs, but a domain instead of God. For it is God that gave the right to every free man, woman, and child to be able to defend themselves against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. We're the patriots. We're the citizens of the United States of America. And as such, we cannot and will not have a government who proclaims the evil of an inanimate object, yet carries several. Tell us we may not have such. Evil is not embodied in an inanimate object, but is instead embodied in a government that has seen fit to instill fear, enslave its populace by various insidious and unconstitutional means, including limiting freedom of speech, sorry folks. Yeah, thanks. I haven't had a cigarette in about 3 hours, so I'm waking the hell up. I hope not. I'll really kill someone then. Just kidding. Including limiting freedom of speech, freedom of the people, to peaceably assemble, taxation without representation, and the forcible control of everything from our schools, our foods, our transport, I'll shorten it, and everything else. It controls our media, our monetary system, and everything else with an iron fist. It allows our citizens to be told what to do by people in our country who are here illegally and burn our flag on our own soil. They get away with murdering and poisoning our citizens, as well as numerous foreign entities. And yes, that includes you, the UN, if you're out here. Listen up. And governments to circumvent and bypass our Constitution and Bill of Rights. Both are strictly forbidden by our Constitution.
And the people.
I tried to shorten this, believe it or not. Sorry, but this is... Everybody here recognizes the importance and what is at stake here. We're not playing games anymore. Our country, our very country, and everything is at stake, and it starts here. It is seen fit to instill and enforce its false ideology by continuing to enslave innocent children from birth with a false notion that they are incapable of freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of worship, and freedom of self-defense, by countenancing that by removing their liberties, they can assure their security, and the most dangerous of all, the absolute denial of manifest destiny, the freedom and sense of pride and self-worth that comes with it. We speak of evil, but not the evil, destructive, and sickening notion that we need social welfare, not social well-being. Evil is a man who sees fit to terminate innocent lives with inanimate objects. Pay attention to this part, please. Evil is a man who sees fit to terminate innocent lives with an inanimate object, such as a gun. But pure evil is a government who seeks to infringe and eventually remove the rights of a nation to defend itself against such a man or men, or more so, government, armed with an inanimate object such as a pen. A device that has enslaved more nations, killed more people than any gun or any weapon in the history of humankind. But it's also responsible for laying on paper the rights, liberties, including our Second Amendment. A message to every liberal, every member of the UN, every member of any country, anywhere, who dare step on our rights. Don't think for 1 second we will not go down without one hell of a fight. God bless the USA. God bless.